All right, coming up on today's edition of the Art Marketing Podcast, I think you guys are the first husband and wife combo team operation. We have
Nice.
we're gonna get into they're like a multi-headed hydra, these two, of as many little creative different things they have going on. But I want to introduce you to the Hogans, okay, my new friends coming to us all the way from Louisiana, and we might as well start off on the top. Um, give us the brief intro about who you guys are, what you do, and then we'll start getting into all the questions and the good stuff.
Okay, great. So we are in Louisiana, and there's a big film industry here. So Aaron and I actually we make movies together, and we've been doing that for about 12 years. We started with short films in 2012, and we've been making shorts, and we made our first feature that was released on Amazon in 2023 called Days of Daisy. And so, but we are creatives in our own, outside of filmmaking, we both have our own creative modalities. He is a photographer by trade. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So I started I Wander Photo in 2002 as a student at LSU when I was attending in Baton Rouge. 24 years later, I shoot weddings and portraits and a lot of commercial marketing type shoots and headshots, loads and loads of headshots. Creative stuff, I'll do little projects here and there. Underwater is a big thing. I shoot portraits of dancers and even actors underwater. And wow. I love working with people in all capacities, bringing out their inner colors and light, and just wowing and delighting them, to be honest. I'm what you call a workaholic people pleaser, so I'm a recovering workaholic. I think I found a new passion lately, pickleball, and so that's transformed I have free time for the first time in about 2 decades. So that's what's going on.
So yes, and because of my acting career, I've spent most of my life acting, studying acting. I started an acting school here in Louisiana called Love Acting. So it's for film acting, and so we have that. We built a studio that has photography on the bottom. We have acting studio on top. We live in the back portion of it, and it's supported by salon suites that we rent out to people underneath it. And then there's offices in the middle where our staff work. So we have kind of a complex that is a art hub for our city in Baton Rouge.
I mean, you want to talk about multiple different revenue sources. That I was so dead on with the Hydra, I didn't even realize that live in the back, offices in the front, and rent the suites out. You're doing acting. You're both doing filmmaking. She's teaching a school. You're a commercial photographer, and now she's painting too. This is what I'm talking about when I say I've never met a revenue source I don't like as long as it's legal. I mean,
we like to make stuff.
Yeah, amazing. And so, okay, so you guys met somewhere along the way of the whole acting, filmmaking thing, got married, been together ever since, been traveling the world, both just creative types. I got to ask you, what in the wide world of sports brought you to art storefronts? I'm dying to hear how you guys found in this whole thing.
Well, I started painting and didn't know how to sell a painting or anything like that. And art storefronts popped into my Instagram, and I thought, wait, what is this? So I started following along, and I talked to a few other artists who y'all recommend that I talked to, but also I had a few friends who were also using art storefronts as their website and their modality to kind of sell art. And what's so cool about art storefronts is they show you how to sell art, like through all the tools that they offer you, and all the webinars that they'll offer. We have had Aaron's photography as a part of what we sell, but we've never really pushed it out into the world. And so I thought it needed its own push. And I thought art storefronts is a good match for us to be able to really say, okay, this is Hogan art. This is what we're creating. So I started an LLC that was just for Hogan art. His prints, my prints, and it's just for the actual physical art that we sell.
Amazing. And I don't even want to, you just gave me a quiver saying started a new LLC. I don't even want to hear about how many LLCs you have. Okay. Normally my line, we were talking before the thing started, and Aaron's like, yeah, I've got 4 dogs. Normally my line is like, websites and LLCs are like dogs are like kids. You don't want to babysit 3 or 4 of them. They actually have 4. You just want one. You just want one. Right?
I want a 2-dog household, and right now I'm at 4, so I don't know what I'm going to do.
I could have 7 and have no issue.
No. We have to live on a farm, unless you want to move out of the city and move into the country.
I have a cute little backyard area. It's adorable.
It's tiny. You live in like a loft
Party time. But you know what I love, and you guys probably wouldn't know this because you haven't heard it, but it's like I get so many people that come in, and for those that are watching, not listening on the podcast, I'm showing off the Hogans website here, which they call Hogan Art. And the commodity of the land that we live in today, in today's age, is just attention. He who has the attention wins. Those that don't. And so I love that you didn't bifurcate. Like, you guys are two. You're this creative story. Your story is just as important as the art. And I know there's a story behind the Jesus pieces. And I know Aaron's got everything going on with his photography and everything else. But it's better to be under one roof and just work at it in a combined fashion, especially when it's, not some sort of co-op gallery, because those never work. But husband and wife is easy, because if one person does all the marketing, it's easier for the married spouse to take revenge in other ways. And so it just works, right? You can't do that in a co-op gallery. But I love that you guys are doing that. I love that you're getting started with that. You guys are both completely rocking on Instagram. I know Instagram is, like, without question, the most important platform for selling art online. And I'd be very curious. I mean, I guess is a majority of this following? So you're Aaron, rather, you're at 22. I thought you were Edward. You're at 22,000, and Jency, you're at 37,000. Is a majority of this from the acting? Is that how that audience started, or how did it go?
Yes. So over time, we have invested lots of time. There's been seasons of ups and downs of how much time we invest in Instagram. Sometimes we're making stories and doing reels for Aaron's business, every 3 days, and we're really doing it. And over the years, we started a long time ago too. This was not like yesterday doing Instagram. I have been in charge of social media for I Wander for a long time. So because he's out doing the craft of photography, I have been focused on the Instagram, and that is a part. It's like having almost a full-time person looking at your Instagram, trying to figure out how you're going to promote the weddings and the portraits and the underwater photography. So that's been my kind of, and so yes, it's through, I think, the popularity, being in a smaller city where we are like an art hub, and there's just so many people that are following along because they've had a touch point with us through a wedding or a shoot or something. They've come across us, and then through time, Aaron was smart. When he first started, he started an email list, and so he started reading emails, and because of that, we have like 50,000 people on his email list.
Boom! God, I love that. That's a huge list.
So it's 45 something now, because people unsubscribe, which I really wanted to be closer to 5,000, to be honest, because I really only want the people that want the emails.
Yeah. But still, it's the emails are the only thing that we own, you guys. Is terrible a thing it is to say, because it's like everything else is rented land. You could get smoked and walk out of Instagram tomorrow, and they can be like, "Sorry, send an email to we don't give a damn at customer support, and we'll get back to you never." Right? So, like, the email it's the one currency of the land that we have left. So the fact that you have 50,000 is amazing. I'm just trying to process this all in my head, because you guys have such a menagerie going on with all of these various different things. One of the things that I think, like, I've been doing this a long time, right? And over the course of the years, we probably had 20,000 artists cycle through our storefronts. I get to see all their data, so the amount of rabbit holes that I've been down and, like, individual stories have gone down is amazing. And what everyone normally gets wrong is that they think art sales are fundamentally a meritocracy on the quality of the work. Right? Like 100%, how good is the work, right? If you're Aaron, if you're a photographer, how good is your outside landscape travel photo versus everyone else's, right? Jency, or how good are your Jesus paintings versus someone else? And it's important, but I swear, I think I used to say it's 50-50 because it's a good marketing buzz line. I actually think it's 60-40 or 70-30 the other direction. 70% of it is, who is the artist? What is their story? Are they dog people or cat people, right? Are they parents? Are they not parents? Or do they like white wine? Are they teetotalers? Right? Like, where do you live? What do I have in common? How can I get bonded to these people? And it's fundamentally almost more important than the quality of the art in a lot of instances, because we like doing business with people we like, right? Like, not such a big surprise. And the reason I bring that up is because you guys have so much personality going on in this menagerie. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, you know. And I've taken the time to like browse Instagram a little bit, and there's paintings and there's stories and there's kids and there's cameras and there's lighting and there's photo shoots. There are these two traveling around. I mean, I'm just trying to think in my head how we combine all of this and just do some storytelling and just continue growing, you know, the Hogan art empire. I would be dying to know, like, how do things shake out from a revenue standpoint? And you don't have to go into specific numbers, but like back of the napkin percentages of, like, you know, how you guys are making a living. What does it look like with all these disparate elements? I'd be very curious to hear that. I'm sure the audience would too.
I think there's no thing.
There is, yeah.
My business is photo and video. I do commercials for businesses, which the commercials probably commercials and then wedding photography make up the majority of all of our income. Everything else, headshots, is like a second tier. And then beyond that, it just dwindles and dwindles. I teach classes. I teach photography classes, which I actually think I love more than any of it. Love seeing people spark and like the ideas generated within them, and then they get the concepts of what I'm teaching. So that's like probably a low dollar amount, but I love that probably the most. I think that the least profitable thing is the movies. We don't make any money off of films. We've done those as passion projects.
But they make it very cool.
Yeah.
So we have to do those. It's almost like
in the sense, like we make a movie every year, and that people are looking forward to that and coming through the other things that we do for work. They're looking for, like, what are y'all working on next? What are you doing right now? What projects are y'all working on? Oh, Aaron's doing underwater. Oh, that's so cool. What's going on with that? Oh, we're making a movie about this. So just that process, people are intrigued with the creative part, even though the money part kind of is it comes back to us, because the coolness factor within the city is like, oh, the Hogans are the most artistic. If you want good photos, if you want a great wedding thing, go to them because they're the most creatives.
Yeah.
The most creative couple we have in this area, kind of thing. You know, it trickles of that around and around.
Yeah, I loved it. And, you know, again, I'm giving you guys inside baseball again, but when I started in this business, before I had, like, you know, years and years and years of seeing who's making revenue, how are they doing it, like, what are the sources, like, you know, I feel like somewhere in every artist's career, they like they're active for a couple of years, and they go and get coffee with like a friend who's successful, a business person or a mentor or a family member or whatever, and the conversation inevitably goes, if you just found a niche, you'd make it, right? You're too all over the place. Just niche down and find out what your niche is, right? And I gave that advice too, and I would have believed that advice, but I found it to be complete BS. Yeah. We have more artists and photographers on our site that are doing well that don't have a niche than do, right? And I think, like, for me, it's this deep-seated fundamental argument about what is the best way to monetize a creative talent, right? Like, and the longer I do it, the more that I realize that you guys are such a multicolored galaxy of different interests and areas of this country and tech sophistication and style and this and that there is no one way. And I love exposing the stories where you just figure it out. And even as you guys do these businesses, you know, and you're like, why I wanted to hear, you know, maybe renting the rooms in the house brings one revenue stream, and the commercial brings one revenue stream, and your new art brings a revenue stream, and your print business does another revenue stream. You can look at that as a business person, which most creatives suck at, and you can say, okay, we just made it through 2024 or 2025 rather. Let's look back and see what we did. What are we going to go all in on versus what are we not, right? And one of two things usually happens, whether it's niches or it's revenue sources. You end up having to come to Jesus, that is Pareto's law, okay, where it's just the 80-20 law. If 80% of your results is coming from 20% of the work, It's time to have a serious conversation about whether or not you have a niche. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Just keep doing you. Keep doing the Hogan Menagerie. Okay, the three ring circus that you guys are running, and it's beautiful. It's totally beautiful. You can do that, right? And somebody on Instagram was like, "These guys aren't artists." I know it's difficult to wrap your head around. They're not just selling paintings, but the story is like how creatives make it in today's day and age, especially given the internet where you can reach a worldwide audience. And I'm fascinated by it. I think it's incredible. I think it's an incredible thing.
It's like, is it like when I remember when Aaron was in college, his professors would say things like, "Oh, well, commercial, we don't touch that kind of stuff because we want to be true artists." Okay, well then how are you going to fund all of that?
Yeah.
How are you going to get to make your first feature film without any money? How are you without any contacts? Without any, like how are you going to get to do stuff? Like they're real creative things you dream of. So it is. We are mixing it up a bit so that we get to do the creative.
Yeah, 100%. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think like one of the things that I have planned in 2026 is an MMA tour where I go to all of the art colleges across the United States and beat the hell out of every professor that's in there. How to price your art? No classes. How to make a living from your creativity? No classes.
Nothing.
How to balance a freaking checkbook? No classes.
Nothing. Like
ad nauseum about the greats and history and all the periods, and then a whole big class called Good Luck on how to actually make a life out of it. And it's not right. It's not right. And I think like whether or not it's right, it infuriates me. Like, all of the teachers, okay, are in there teaching majority of the time because they can't do themselves. Let me tell you about whether or not this is a passionate subject for me. Like, where are the lessons about like you can sell for this price, you can sell for that price. You don't have to be in this box. You can like as many revenue sources as possible. Anyway, I'm clearly passionate about that.
Just one of the only people I finished LSU photography class with that still does photography to this day. I think none of them, maybe one, but yeah, I don't think any of them even do it. I think it was the teachers just drilled fine art, and no relationship building, no connections with art galleries, which is what you would do if you were to be a fine art.
Yes.
Art as a photographer. I mean, nothing, not a single discussion about that. I remember just like he was like, "What kind of nude photos can you take of yourselves?" He's talking to the girls in class. What kind of nude photos of yourselves can you take in some abandoned building this week?
Yeah.
And then for me, I had the same situation. I have a degree in theater, and out of the people that graduated in the acting, I might be one of the only ones still auditioning for film, and I'm actually in movies. So it's like everybody else is retired or not doing it anymore because it wasn't lucrative enough, or they ended up teaching in the school system or something.
Yes. God, some guy.
Nothing anything wrong with that. It's just like the commercial stuff that we're doing happens to lend being able to get to make movies and just keep acting and doing all things.
Yeah, no, 100%. Somebody left a comment on YouTube recently. He's like, "You go to law school to become a lawyer. You go to medical school to become a doctor. You go to art school to become a waiter." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's so good." I want to use it. Yeah. Well, I 100% just got to encourage you guys because I think the multifaceted revenue source, notwithstanding that I don't see, Aaron, on your Instagram any of the underwater photos. So let's get on that, okay? Because I think those are really, really cool.
They're just. Are
you kidding?
They're down. You keep going.
They're like kind of.
Are they buried? The first one pinned is. The first one pinned is. I take it back. Do you scuba dive to get these, by the way?
Dude, that was so beautiful.
Yeah, you can see in the video. This is a commercial I did for my own business, showing the multifaceted business I have.
Underwater.
And I'm sorry for everyone that's watching this. I am well aware that you have to crane your head to be able to see this correctly. It's just the orientation it's in.
For our clients, even if that takes us underwater.
That's me in the foreground. Yeah. So anyway,
it's so hard to see in that modality. But I think the underwater photos is a very, very cool niche. Quick tangent. So you guys did, and I'll play this one regularly. You guys did a whole entire month in Santorini, which I love. Oh, and then I know what I want to get to next. Did you go to that all black rock beach? It's like on the backside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that like the most magical spot a little bit away from the tourists? You've got that little beach bar on the left, and then you just have that whole little like cove. I mean, terrible on the feet. Terrible on the feet.
It's called Lahada.
Lahada, yes.
Oh,
It's
so
Lahada
good.
Beach. It's we were there 3 times. We went everywhere because the island is,
Very
this
small.
big.
Yeah, very small.
12 by 20 miles, basically.
That's when I heard. When I heard a month, I was like, "What did you do for a month? Like 3 days, sunset, that beach in the back, the old rooms, good."
And made real friends that we could go visit anytime we want.
The locals were like,
"Come in here," because they were like, "What are you doing here for a month?"
"Come in with my grandmother. Come learn stuff with me." Oh my God, it was the best experience because we didn't do anything hardly.
Just chill out, which was the goal. We're so used to traveling at such a fast pace, and we were over it.
And we don't remember any of it whenever we travel fast.
Yeah.
We've realized the slower the roll, the more you can embrace the culture.
Jency knew this all along. I just was always the one that's like, go, go, go.
3 countries, let's go.
Let's go to 3 or 4 countries. It's just BS, to be honest. I think that pace is the American pace.
Yeah.
And I don't like it anymore. I think that we're already thinking about our next month trip to Greece. Again,
Greece is so
We
good.
got
I
so
love it.
connected to the people. The people are amazing. Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
The minute you get out of the hustle and bustle of the United States, and then you get a little taste, you're like, "Uh-oh, I don't want to go back." And then inevitably we do because of bills.
Yeah, I didn't make any money when we were in Greece.
No.
We talked about, I have a hand pan, like one of those metal drums. I was like, Jesse, what if we got like lunch money for the day through me hand panning, me dancing? And then we didn't do it once. I played, we made some friends. They hung out with us while I was playing.
We did it, photographing them.
We didn't ask them for money. I probably should have.
But I don't think we didn't put the hat out. But Aaron did entertain with the drum.
You were so in the lifestyle, into that matrix, that you were ready to go full busker with the hang drum and just have it out. Amazing. Shifting gears. So when did you guys sign up? How hard have you been working on the marketing ish or what?
Ooh, with all of our hustles, it's been a rough start. We signed up maybe 4 months ago, and we just started launching like right now.
Yeah, you're just getting going. Whoever did you build the website? Did you populate the website with text, or was it us?
It was y'all.
Oh God.
Well, I mean,
somebody on my team is going to get smoked. We got huge typos. On the About Me section that I found. So whoever did this, just tell me who it is on my team, and I will track them down.
No, it probably wasn't me.
Typos are Jency's favorite thing.
I am dyslexic, and oh yeah.
Jency, actress and filmmaker, started painting Jesus the day after she lost her baby in the adoption, after having him in their home and thinking he was hers for 3 months. She has not painted since junior high, and this has been quite the healing process. She will be sharing her Jesus painting with you. I saw that and I was like, we need to get this fixed. Okay, but independent of that, are we doing anything for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and are we at least going to have a sale? You guys owe it to yourself to get something in the water, especially with the size of his email list.
Okay, I'm about to put out the first email. We're having a little pop-up of Jesus paintings and the Grease photos on December 7th. So I'm going to do a giveaway and kind of launch the Hogan Art website.
That's not Cyber Monday.
The Cyber Monday or Black Friday.
We do that from our photography business religiously, and it becomes a gigantic thing. I repost old photo galleries from people. That is not the art photography. We need to jump on that.
So
you need to, like I'm telling you guys right now, to knock off everything else. I wouldn't tell you if you didn't have the list and you didn't have the Instagram following. I think if I'm you and I'm your business advisor and I'm in there yelling at you two right now at the 4 dogs and the menagerie, you have a huge list. You have 2 big Instagram accounts. Okay. You now have a website that can sell this art for you, as well as whatever you have in inventory. To celebrate all of this, you're having a huge Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale. Get posts on Instagram, send the emails out, have the links in the store. Let's go. Giddy up. I mean, it's time. It's time.
Podcast right now. Let's get it.
Let's get to work.
Yeah. The reason I say this is that, like, it's the biggest art selling time of the year, and you know, it's not even close. Like, we have data going back 10 years now on this, and you just have to show up. Okay, this is the one time of year where you just have to show up. Like, we live in a consumer-driven society, and all the advertising and all the chumming in the water and Amazon and all the billboards and all the radio, this deal and that deal, you're already starting to see them pop up in the emails, is no different than someone being in the back of the boat and throwing blood and guts in the water for the sharks. It whips us all into a buying frenzy. This is when the spending happens. This is when people don't look at their credit cards. And like, look, if you guys had no Instagram followers and no one on the email list, I would say, like, look, just
wait till next year.
We'll get them next year. We'll get them next year. But you have that already. Like, that needs to happen. It's not that difficult. Like, we have all the playbooks internally. You got to do that. Huge list. Let them know everything that's going on. Tell the people that the local thing is happening, and let's go. Giddy up.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you about the other Instagram stuff you're leaving on the table, because I don't even want to pull your focus from how important it is to get that sail in the water. Not kidding.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, just do the sale. When is the sale?
It should
When do you do the sale?
like literally the minute you can. The minute that you can, you should launch it and get it in the water, because you want to kind of get ahead of all the rest of them. I mean, we used to live in a civilized world, okay, where we would all enjoy Thanksgiving with our families, okay, and all of this commercial nonsense would start the day after. But I'm a marketer. I can say this: we ruin everything. All it took was one marketer going, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to launch this thing a week early and suck as much out of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And now it's like Halloween ends and you start getting it in your email. Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals coming.
That's true.
Yeah, and even
so you're saying go and do the sale, like tell them it's happening right now.
Yes.
Okay.
And it just becomes a sale holiday, a sale vacation. You know, it'll just keep going and going. So that's what I would say. It's like literally that important.
Right.
After Black Friday and Cyber Monday, we will have another session where I need to show you some other Instagram tricks, because you guys are both over 10K. You both need to start a broadcast list, and there is another. I'll just tease this because it's insane. You're probably not aware of it. Most people are not, but there's this app called ManyChat. Okay, and what ManyChat does is, it integrates with your Instagram account, and it integrates with your Facebook account. And basically, anytime that someone sends you a message on Instagram DM, or anyone that sends you a message on Messenger, you can build little bots on the back end. Okay, that part's kind of complicated. That's not what I want you to think about. What's insane about it, okay, is the Instagram direct message box has anywhere from a 60 to 80% open rate. Okay, makes sense. There's not a ton of competition. Almost everyone reads their messages all the time. 2 weeks ago, okay, ManyChat released a feature that allows you to one time essentially send this text message to anybody that follows you. Okay, and you can automate it. So you guys with your accounts at what, like 30 and 40, you're probably averaging 300 to 400 to 500 followers a week. So that's 300 to 400 to 500 messages you could be sending a week on autopilot with a 60 to 80% open rate. That's a big.
He's I'm green Jesus, or whatever you want to say, or
whatever,
check out your website, or whatever.
Dealer's choice. You just received the Happy Hudson's mystery box. Okay, what did I just call you, Hudson's? I'm so yeah, the Happy Hogans mystery box. Click OK to choose your adventure, right? And then you can do all of these various different things in it. The thing that's just insane about it is, like, Instagram especially is a platform, right? And Facebook's kind of dying. Instagram's the most important one. Instagram as a platform has all the buyers on it. It just does, okay? Because it's the hot app and everyone's using it all the time. Instagram doesn't want anyone leaving Instagram, okay? Which is why they don't let you link to it. And even when you do, they control the browser experience. They make sure it doesn't load all of this stuff. It's not a good experience. What Instagram loves is when people stay on your platform. So, you know, if the alternative is like, go to my website and put the email in a box, you know, in some sort of a form, you're never going to get great conversion. So, like, this thing launched 2 weeks ago. I'll even turn it on for you. Okay. That is the lengths that I will go to you. Okay.
Thank you, Patrick. You are amazing.
It's kind of like welcome to the club, though, right? Because if you're only growing 6 followers a week, then I'm sorry, it's not the highest leverage thing. But your guys at your clip, like, you need the account will do $15 a piece for each one of you, because that's what they charge. I think it's like their baseline for ManyChat. And you do one installation on yours, one installation on hers, and figure out what messages tailor best. And my goodness, you can capture the emails inside the Instagram DMs, and you're just boom, 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 day, night, all hours, all the time, just harvesting. It's amazing.
Oh my God.
And for anyone that wants to see mine in operation, okay, mine is so tricky. Mine is so tricky that if you follow the Art Storefronts account on Instagram right now, I'll send you a message. Do you think I'm going to send him a message? No, because I already cooked it up weeks ago. I don't have to do anything except say follow, right? So you get all these opportunities where it's just boom, 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 and it just starts happening. Amazing tactic. Okay, wrapping up. I've taken plenty of your time. If you Hogans could go all the way back to that early art career time, probably even before you guys met, and give yourself one piece of advice, and one piece of advice only, aside from get married quicker, okay, because we're so happy and this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to the two of us, what would be the advice? It's a good one, huh?
Yeah.
I think for me, I never intended to get a business degree. I did not get a degree at all, just to be clear. I dropped out my senior year at LSU in photography and journalism. But I always despised the work that would have been involved in any non-creative classes. All I did was one of the creative classes. But I suffered for 20 years on the lack of business knowledge because I did not go to school for business at all. And I did not network enough in college with business owners who think of talking about employees and just being I think it's being a leader with vision and with passion, but with kindness. I have not been a kind leader to my staff, and it's caused a revolving door of employees over 20 years. Ending relatively recent whenever I decided to have a smaller company and not have as many staff members. So I think for me, it's degree in business, or at least
Classes
I've
in
taken
business.
4 or 5 classes, including marketing, probably some kind of accounting type, business where I'm like dissecting P&Ls, and then more networking during college instead of just thinking about creative shots to make. So yeah. I didn't utilize my college years the best way. I just grinded and did photos for people, and kind of stayed under the radar for a while until people started talking about me. That's
great advice.
For me, I would say, I for so long I was only an actress, maybe like 10 years of my younger years, and there was no way to cross over back then. You couldn't do both directing and acting when I was growing up in LA. And they were kind of like, well, pick a side, because that's the side you're going to be on. Well, now everyone is doing everything, and I would have probably wanted to go to film school or do something like that had I come off the acting a bit and said like, oh, I'm actually a really good director, younger. So that would be the one thing I would have gone and diversified more, kind of what he's saying. I would have diversified my studies within the filmmaking genres that I loved, and all the things. I was so dead set on being an actress. Like, I'm gonna be an actress, that I didn't think about the filmmaking component until I turned 30. So I wish I would have started in my 20s learning more about filmmaking and going on the other side of the camera and learning more quicker.
Yeah. I love it. I love the world that we live in today's day and age. You can literally, there's no more gatekeepers on anything.
Right. It's like you get to do what you want to do. It's like,
no, it's phenomenal. All right, I am going to include in the show notes for everybody that is watching this later, listening to this later, links to the Hogan's 65 different entities under management, okay, with multiple Instagram accounts, websites, link trees, other accounts. I highly recommend you follow these two. 1, to see where this entire journey goes. 2, to participate in their upcoming Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale that should be in the water imminently. And then
by the end of the day,
yes. And then 3rd, to see their amazing inside ManyChat lead follow-up system, all of which I think you can benefit from incredibly. Jency, Aaron, thank you so much. Jency, fix the damn typo in the About Us section. It doesn't look good. I don't want when people go and see the website, I don't want getting blamed for this. Hard storefronts can't even complete basic typos. And
it's severe dyslexia and lack of attention to detail that is really.
No, I'm the worst. I'm the worst. Truth be told, when you have going down this tangent to make you feel better, okay, because it makes me feel better. When you like really screw up the copy in an ad, what happens is like the grammar Nazis would come out in mass, and because they just can't help themselves and have to leave these comments, it would charge up the engagement rate on the ads, and I would end up getting cheaper ad cost. So I'm not kidding. My attention to detail is terrible. I would intentionally put the typos in, and they would go, how dare you do that, right? How dare you do that? I will never do business with someone that has...
There's a word for this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It just works. It just works. Okay. Thanks everybody for listening, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, guys.